Oscar, hello. You want to say hi to everyone? Yeah, I know. I'm cooking for you now. We're gonna cook for you, okay? Rusty says hi too. I know, Oscar. You gotta wait a second, okay? I gotta watch you because Oscar is still under supervision because he's still not supposed to nibble. I know, Oscar. You have an eye on me, I have an eye on you, okay, while I'm cooking. So you're looking if everything is going smoothly. You're the supervisor, okay? Since this is your food, I want you to be involved in the cooking process. Hi, Fanny. Imagine how lucky I've to come here as the first one. Wow, you're number... Oh no, I got that ranking now. I got that top fan ranking. I'm not a huge fan of it just because it's kind of like weird, like a point system, but I mean, I'm Rusty. No, we're not starting that. I'm gonna feed you. You know what? I'm gonna feed you real quick. So you guys, how are you doing? Funny. Who are you and what did you do to... Right? I don't know. I'm back in my ballet days, kinda. So I did ballet for a while, so I don't know. Today I had like a ballet comeback, I guess. Just without the ballet part. But oh well. Talking about ballet and having a comeback to ballet. I weighed myself. So this is not about weight. Everyone has their own healthy weight. Weight is sometimes only a number. Of course, it has to do a little bit with your health too, if it's like super excessive or anything. So yeah, but everyone has their own healthy weight. I'm not trying to say, ooh, I gained so much weight. But since coming here to America, Oscar, no nibbling. I came here with 118 pounds when I came to from Germany to America the first time. When I still did ballet, like shortly before I came here. Then I came to America, been here for 3 years, and I gained 20 pounds, I think. So, yeah, I haven't weighed myself in a while, but yesterday I was confronted with the truth, and gaining 20 pounds just happened sneakily. I didn't really notice it that much. I mean, I noticed it a little bit. Can you guys calm down, please? Like, I'm trying to feed you. No. There are some rules in this house. We're not greedy. I mean, I'm a little greedy sometimes with food, but I'm trying to raise those cans right. Here. So. This is enough, I think. And then you get another portion later before bedtime. Hi to South Africa. And how have you been doing? Thank you. Arigato gozaimasu. Ohayo. I look like an army gal. Wow, I was going for ballet, but okay, army it is, I guess, since I'm in America now. Hi, Tanda. Welcome back. I appreciate it. Thank you. And 200, no, this is not Afrikaans. No Afrikaans here. Thank you. Arigato gozaimasu. I wish I could speak Japanese, my friend. The only Japanese I learn is from Tara's house, and it is not very good. Where is my pot? We kind of need a pot to get this food started. Hi, Wakas. Man, I'm not a huge fan of this whole ranking thing here. How do you guys like the ranking? Does it affect you? Do you think about it? Is it like, Please be respectful in the chat. Most completed 8 hours of grueling work and is very grumpy. I'm sorry, Fanny. I just got back from work 2 hours ago. Took a very long nap. Like the entire time I've been home, I just napped. I was just super tired for some reason. So yeah, please, everyone have some respect. Fanny is an old grump today, minus the old. And he is not up for any troll action right now. I'm doing well, Ami, just enjoying the thunder and rains. Nice. I'm jealous. Funny, I wish we had some rain and thunder. Here it's just hot and humid, so. Hola, Antonio. Saludos to Argentina. I am trying to find my pot. Oh, I found it. I should have just looked more closely. Did I just knock at my door? Did you guys hear that? If there's a ghost, knock again. I guess we don't have a ghost. That's good news. No ghost, everyone. Oscar, are you nibbling your feet? Okay, so I got my water. I'm gonna boil my water now and throw my chicken in. And we have sweet potato today, so today is a little bit of a different recipe from what we normally do. So I'll show you in case anyone wants to cook for their dog. I heard, but I thought it was the vessel. Nope, it wasn't the vessel. I guess I do have the ghosts here. Funny heard it too. Great. I hope no one would say yes and I just imagined something, but well, probably the ghost thought I'll come when the lady cooks for me, not for the dog. Right? Oscar, what are you nibbling? Fräulein. Fräulein nibble. Nein. Poor leg. Okay, I'm getting my food real quick. Bear with me, guys. Bear with me. I got some chicken. Where's all my stuff? Ha. Found it. Who had to be deleted by Funny? This is for you. Y'all better behave or else the Iron Claw. I feel like the Iron Claw is a bad name. I feel like that's like been used by something bad before. It kind of sounds familiar. So I'm throwing in my chicken. So we're boiling the chicken in the water. I can finally throw this away. Moscow, Sir Yogurt. Yeah, that's you, Sir Yogurt. That's you. When I say Sir Yogurt, he knows something's up. He's gonna add a Sir and he listens. I got some organic sweet potatoes. And we will add an organic sweet potato to Oscar's food. I think this one is nice. Ta-da! These are nice. Like, I'm telling you, organic ones, superior over the normal ones. They're like super smooth, not old and like already like crinkly and everything. Just really nice sweet potatoes. I like it. So this is gonna go into the water as well. Oh, Marco's here. Hi, Marco. Magazine, Newstones. Oh, thank you, Fanny, for moderating. Hi, Marco. Oh yeah, you both got thunder and rain, obviously, both in Ohio, not too far away from each other. feel like asking serious questions. Can we make this like a Q&A podcast while you cook? Asking serious questions? Well, good thing I already took my nap. If the serious questions aren't too serious, I'm down for the questions. Go ahead. About 10 more days of shitty weather coming. It was supposed to be rainy and shitty here too, but Tennessee always wins. Tennessee weather is always nice. Not always, but yeah. Marco, talking about the chips frisch earlier or in your stream. Guess what? I came here to America with 18 pounds, 118 pounds, and now I'm 140. So yeah, slightly gained some weight here in good old America. Because I usually never weigh myself because I don't really care. But I was like, I feel like I gained some weight. Yesterday was the first day where I was like, I feel like something changed from when I first came here to America. So I went into the scale this morning. Usually just, I used that in the past because I did go to the gym a lot and just want to see where I'm at. But I haven't used the scale in like a year or so. So I was like going on the scale this morning. I was like, 140. Oh, that's the highest I've ever been. Like, not saying it's like bad or anything, but it's just I just don't feel as fit anymore. My knees started hurting sometimes, so yeah, this is my what's that? Do we have a ghost here? Oh wow. Oh well. Yeah, this was my call to slow down a little bit. So I'm throwing this potato in. I think I'm gonna cut this a little bit so it's not too big. So how is everyone's week going, by the way? It's hump day, right? It's Wednesday. Yeah, today's hump day, Wednesday. Look at this beautiful color. How is everyone doing? Is everything going smoothly or not so smoothly? That fits hopefully. Okay, let us cook. Meanwhile, Oscar, he's so bad with itching. Oscar, no itching. Hello. Okay, let me read. So I'm asking again, how is everyone feeling about the whole ranking thing in live streams? I don't know what I'm thinking about this. Yeah, it feels kind of weird, doesn't it? Like having a ranking system like that. Hi Leo, welcome. It's just the rain, get over it, genius man. Was hältst du von Livestream mit dem Fotos sowie in der Demo heute? Fand ich gut, Marco, können wir gerne öfter machen. Also, sage ich jetzt einfach mal. Ich spreche mal für die anderen mit. Aber ich fand es eine gute Idee, sehr unterhaltsam. Good setup that you had today in your live stream, Marco. I wish I had something similar. So maybe I can show you some photos from China and show you a little bit from what I did in China, where I went and all that, where I lived. I gained 4 pounds after 5 bags of chips. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised, Marco. Chips have a lot of calories. 180. Okay, Fanny is asking questions. Hold on. When did you first realize that you're not one of the herd and that you've your own unique, distinct way of thinking? Was it difficult to stand out? That is a good question. The year for me was 2018. In a park in the city where I went to university. After reading many books and after going through a breakup, my first real relationship breakup, that was like kind of slowly falling apart. So like the painful way, you know, where you like trying to like keep it together, but you know it's not gonna do anything. So it's like kind of like realizing that I'm my own person. I don't need to be in a relationship, and just like a hard realization of all the things that I was kind of manifesting, and childhood, blah blah blah, you know, all the things that played into my decision making and my behavioral patterns and all the problems I had back then, which weren't really problems, just like kind of self-made. But yeah, the 2018 I think was the year for me. Yeah, it was a very good year for me. Like it was sad because like that breakup really took me a while to get over. Like I think it was like almost 2 years that I needed to just like get back on my feet, kinda, because I still had to do like my graduating from I was still going to university, having to deal with all that and trying to be good in my studies. But it was necessary and really good, looking back, and the best thing that could have happened. So yeah, I could go more into detail, but I don't want to keep it too long. And was it difficult to stand out? I don't know if I'm standing out. It was difficult to accept the way I was, or how to say, it was difficult to accept the way I was thinking before and to realize how much I caused my own suffering for no reason, if that makes sense. I mean, your weight list is my ideal weight, 135. You got this, Funny. You're super motivated. You're on the right path, so I'm super proud of you. I hope you're proud of yourself. But yeah, I'm, first of all, I'm a girl, and I'm probably, no, I think we're the same height, right? But still, I'm a girl, and I think you have a very different bone structure from me, so you're naturally way more than I do, right? So, you know, for me, I'm still a little bit on the higher side. Like I don't feel as fit anymore. That's the main reason why I'm trying to do something about it. So I should probably start today. So I'm getting rid of all the ice cream cones I still have in the freezer. Isn't that a good plan? And then I will never buy some again, hopefully. Keeping my thumbs pressed, as we say in Germany, and instead of fingers crossed, we say thumbs pressed. Wow, Marco. I'm not reading that out loud. You be on top of that, Paris. I'm sure he is. No. Thank you, Roy. Hello, hola, welcome back. We missed you. Thank you. Blessings to you too. Appreciate it, Roy. Sorry. I really said I was unique when being mobbed. Oh yeah, I was not at university. For me, it was I got bullied in middle school and high school for being too shy and too introvert. Weird thing to be bullied for, but I guess people will always find a way to you know, have a reason. But I'm sorry to hear that, Marco. It sucks. What happened in the park? First of all, in a park, I don't know. It was just a park close to my house where I lived, or my student apartment. It wasn't a house. Like, I grew up pretty frugal, or like not frugal, but like I didn't have a house during university, obviously. So I had a student apartment, and there was a park where I went to. So I read a lot of books. The typical, you know, Eckhart Tolle, the one that everyone starts with, The Power of Now. Then some Sadhguru and inner engineering. Hold on, I'm gonna be back. Oscar is snibbling. Oscar, no. No. You are being very naughty. I see you. You're staying in your chair. So I went to the park. First of all, I had a cute squirrel that lived in a park. His name was Alfredo. And Alfredo the squirrel, I brought him nuts and all that, so I loved hanging out with that squirrel because I didn't have any pets while I was going to university. All my pets were back home, my family house, so I was a little obsessed with that squirrel, but that's a different story. So that was partly the reason why I loved hanging out in the park. But yeah, I read a lot of books, and I tried to just distance myself from that relationship that wasn't healthy for me at all. And just focusing on myself while focusing on my studies. But yeah, I used books and reading to, just distracting myself from that bad relationship and learning more about myself. And it was just beautiful there, and I just enjoyed it. I just forced myself to go out there twice a day, every morning, every evening, and it helped me so much. So just nature in general is just so healing and important. And sometimes you don't feel like going outside, you're just not motivated, right? And you have more important things to do, but there's never something more important than yourself, and being good to yourself and doing something that's good for you and healing for you. So yeah, I tried to make that like a routine, and I really did, and it really changed me in some way. You're a chem engineer, Marco. You ought to be smart. Electronic engineer, actually. Yeah, engineering is engineering. Tomato, tomato. Smart is smart. I'm shrinking over time. Yeah, I guess we're all shrinking. I think after the age of 25, we're already, we reached our highest height on average, and then from there, we'll slowly shrink again. So I guess I will never reach my 5'6". I always want to be 5'7". When I was younger, I was like, Oscar, can you stop itching? It is enough itching. You'll hang out with me here. I'm just cooking dog food anyway, so it doesn't matter if he's up here or not. I'm gonna clean afterwards. Yeah, I always want to be 5'7", but I stopped at 5'5". Hi, Marcus, thank you. I thought I heard yelling from you. I guess it was the people across from you. Oh, they were yelling? Oh, I guess you were knocking, so it wasn't a ghost. That is good to know. Yeah, I don't know. Were they yelling? Too shy? I've never got that one. Yeah, I get that a lot in school. I was always the shy one, the quiet one that liked art class and reading, and I just had like my little friend group, but I never liked hanging out like in a big group with people. I was never been that person. Hi, Gucho, welcome back. Oscar's doing good. Oscar Hofmann. Hi, Oscar Hofmann, how you doing? Good? You're just an itchy old man now, huh? He's very itchy right now. He has his seasonal allergies. Good job. Did you read something rude? Hi, Sean. Welcome back. We're a little bit late with our food prep. I know I want to do it on Monday. And Monday didn't work out because I was just too busy. Life just happens sometimes. And then Tuesday, I was just very lazy. Like Tuesday was just like a day where I didn't feel like anything, so I was like, oh, I'm just gonna do it tomorrow. One of those days, they happen. But I'm glad you guys are here, and we're cooking right now. So we got chicken, and I got a sweet potato boiling away, and once those are done, we will cook some oats as well, and yeah, just assemble it all, and Oscar can eat some food. How is everyone's day going? How is your day, Sean and Guto and Roy and everyone else? Of course, question 2, Fanny's asking questions, so you all can answer if you want to. I'd love to hear from you guys too. And yes, long time no see, Guto, indeed. So long, at least 2 days. What was that one time when you lost a friend over time and you were like, I am not getting back with him, her again? Wow, deep question. So I hope none of my friends are watching right now, and I hope that one is not included, but I think moving to America, moving to a different country in general, not trying, moving away from the home country where your friends are in general is always hard, and it's always a challenge for friends. And it's not just hard to have a long distance relationship, it's also hard to have a friendship over a long distance, right? Because for me, when I started noticing it was not getting the feeling that anyone would, or not anyone, like some talked about it, but talking about a specific friend now, that because you asked, not getting the feeling that the person would ever be willing to visit me here or make the effort to come here. So it would be a very one-sided thing, right? So the last time I went was kind of, and to see that person, I'm not gonna go into detail because the person will know which one I meant, and I don't want that, because I don't want to tell the person over a live stream, you know, indirectly. That's kind of not fair. But I met that person, and I could tell that it was nice and everything, but for me it was more like a goodbye feeling. Not necessarily for the person, because the person contacted me again and was like, oh, it was so great to see you, and I missed you. And I was like, yeah, me too, but you know, I know it would just be a very one-sided thing. So and I kind of grew out of the whole messaging kind of friendship where people just start, I use WhatsApp to talk to each other, or Messenger, or Instagram, sending memes and reels and all that. I don't find much joy and fulfillment from those kind of relationships anymore, and friendships, and nothing beats personal contact. And I know it is hard, especially with long distance and living in two different countries, but yeah, if you're the only person that has to make the effort to go see a person, that is very one-sided, right? So I guess that is my answer. Thank you, Roy. Appreciate it. And glad that you're here too, Sean. Thank you. Appreciate it. Happy to still be alive, Sean. That is a good thing to be happy about, for sure. Especially after what you talked about earlier, Marco, in your stream. Hey, Alex, how are you doing? How are you doing, and how's your fiance? I'm doing well. It's hump day. I'm tired, but I took a big nap. Yeah, my energy levels are just not very high at the moment. Might be because I just gained a lot of weight. I talked about it earlier. Gained 20 pounds. I'm not eating super healthy like I used to. It's kind of like not too bad, but not really good either. So I'm definitely trying to get back on track. So that's where we're at right now. How about yourself, Alex? How are you doing? How's everything back home? China or in Europe, that's what I meant with home. China made solar panels very affordable. Talking about solar panels? Take a seat, exactly. Take a seat, get some to drink. You know what I'm gonna drink now? Sparkling water, because I'm German, and that's what we do. Let me get a glass. Let me get my cute little mustard glass. So this is like, we sell mustard in those kind of glasses in Germany, and then we just wash it out, rinse it out, and you can reuse it. So I'm gonna make my favorite summer drink as a German. And there it is, seltzer water, or mineral water, as we say in Germany. And some yummy apple cider. If you haven't tried that, it is so refreshing. We call it Apfelschorle. Schorle is just anything thinned with water that's sparkling. And then adding the good old sparkling water. This is my kind of soda, or a German's kind of soda. We don't really drink much soda or pops or whatever you want to call it. So we drink Apfelschorle. It's so good. Delish and refreshing. Cooking dog food and cooking dog's food are really similar, but vastly different stuff. In one, Oscar gets the food, and the other, Oscar becomes one. True. Very good observation, funny. I appreciate that. The one and what reason? I get uncle, grandpa, boomer. Oh, yeah, there's many things you gotta listen to on the internet, Marco. Don't take it too hard. We don't see you as a grandpa, don't worry. Upgraded to trying to skip through your messages. Thank you, Guto. I don't know about that, but I'm not too bad, I think. Solar power in Ohio, yeah, very efficient. That's like Elon Musk made fun of us Germans getting rid of all of our nuclear plants. So we shut down all the nuclear plants in Germany and switched it with wind energy and solar energy and water. But yeah, he thought it was hilarious because Germany doesn't get enough of those natural resources apparently, but I think we're okay, honestly. I just don't think that nuclear is the future, honestly. I know there's like a debate about it, and opinions are vastly different. Is that a word or a saying? But yeah, I'm just not on the nuclear side. And I said that like that for a reason, because I don't like anything that has to do with that form of energy and potential it has in many bad ways. Hi, Schatz. You just watching the chicken? Thank you, Roy. Appreciate it. Yes, I hope Bo is gonna show up. I'm excited to hear about it and see how it went. Hey, Barish, we missed you too. Hello, merhaba. Long distance relationship, don't remind me, the worst. Oh yeah, Alex, you know that, or Alex, sorry, I always call you Alex. I just give you a German name here, or I pronounce it German. But yeah, I know the feeling very well too, Alex. I have so many long distance friendships now. Like really mainly, I have a few friends here, but I'm not huge on making new friends just because I feel like I already have enough existing ones, as bad as it sounds. But yeah, I consider you guys friends now too. Just you know, it's kind of long distance too, but it's like a group FaceTime call, so I'm glad I can talk to you all at the same time. Very time saving, I guess, or efficient. But yeah, long distance is always hard. Yeah, especially with romantic partners. So yeah, been there a couple times. Had one in China, had one in Germany, and then later Germany and the USA. So it's not very fun, is it? But honestly, sometimes it has its good sides too, just because you get a lot of time to yourself, right? And you get all the time to do the things that you need to do and focus on the things you need to focus on. So it has good sides and bad sides, and just seeing each other apart is always more exciting and romantic and nostalgic, you know, if you haven't seen each other for a while. So everything has a flip side, I think. It must have went well because she hasn't been back again. That is a good point. Funny, I guess it went well. Greetings to the other Marco. Two Marcos here, nice. That sucks. I mean, fading friends are difficult. Yes. How about yourself, Funny? Do you have anything about those questions that you want to tell us? Do you support the Tennessee Titans? Not really. I'm not into sports at all. I do watch a good soccer game once in a while, like national or international games. Yeah, I do like watching soccer, but it's not that I watch it often, just when I get the chance. So when I go to Germany and there's a soccer game playing publicly or something, I'll watch it. But yeah, I'm not a huge sports person, I guess, or watching sports person. Fanny is asking another question. Question number 3. One time you thought your parents were wrong and later you realized that they were right all along. Small thing, big thing, anything? The first thing that popped into my head was all my previous relationships I had. My family was never big fans of my previous relationships. I don't have one of those families that are not accepting. They're very accepting, but I could tell by their demeanor or like how happy they looked like when I brought certain people over that they were not happy for me to be with that person because they just didn't see it working out or being good. So yeah, I should have listened more to my family. I talked about that in a previous live stream that sometimes your friends and family can give you really good feedback on when you're with a person and give you hints if that person is right for you or not. Not always, obviously, but if you have usually very accepting family that are very open-minded and all that and friendly, and then all of a sudden they're like, I don't know, then something might be off. So that's one thing I should have listened to more. And another thing, when my parents forced me, like I was super upset back then. They forced me to do team sports, like or not team sports, sports in general. So they forced me to go horse riding, just because, like I said, I was super introvert. I was like a bookworm. I was always by myself reading, and so they made me do sports, go horse riding, so I would meet friends and get some more confidence, because handling horses can really help kids with confidence, so that helped me a lot. And back then I hated it. I was so upset. Same with swimming. I never want to go swimming, but then they forced me to learn swimming and learn how to be a rescue swimmer. So that and ballet too. So yeah, happy I did that. Looking back, that was a great decision, and I would have never gone by myself if I had the options. So things like that, you know. I'm sure if I had a bottle of wine and it would be like 2 a.m., I would give you different answers, but those are my daytime Rika answers right now. Rusty, no, you're not sniffing the chicken. I think our chicken is almost cooked. Well, it is actually cooked, so I'm taking this out, but the sweet potatoes need a little bit longer. So I'm gonna let those cook for a little bit longer. Rusty is so rude. I'm telling you guys, I know it looks super weird that my cat is up here on my kitchen counter, but if I screw her off, he'll just be right up here again. So for some reason, whenever I'm live streaming, he thinks that's like his free ticket to be up on a kitchen counter. Because when I'm here by myself cooking without live stream, I'm telling you, he's not up here. But if I'm in my live stream, he's up here. I feel like hubby has mail at the door. Thank you for bringing the mail. Thank you, Fundy. You have a solar power project? Oh, nice. Oh, the stuff that you ordered, I remember seeing that. You didn't forget me, is it? Of course not. Barish. How would I ever forget you? Hi, Andrea. I'm doing good. Welcome back. Rusty is saying hi too. How was your evening, Andrea and everyone? It's too hot for... It is. Thanks for asking, Alex. Answering. I am good, but today I met my parents here in England. It went really well. They love her, but this evening she has to turn back to Germany. Oh, I'm sorry. I know that is rough. Yeah, but you know, it has its good sides. So sometimes when I'm traveling to Germany and I come back, I'm super excited to be back in America and to see the husband again. So it all has its good sides. You'll be so excited when you're reunited. So just hang in there, Alex. Just use the time for yourself and yeah. Oscar, are you nibbling? Look at me being surrounded by all the animals. Got Moose over here, Rusty. Oscar's in the back. He's pouting now because I screamed at him. But that is exciting, Alex, that your parents met Hannah. That is great. I'm excited or happy for you. That is a big step. So yeah, I'm glad it went well, especially that you're engaged now. So imagine they'd be like, oh no, you know, that would have been something else. So hi, Chris. The cat's name is Rusty. Merhaba, you're a duck cat. Very good. Thank you. More airport heartbreak. Do you know me? Memmingen Airport in Germany. Memmingen, yes, I know Memmingen. Alex, I've never been to the airport there, but I know the airport. In close to Stuttgart. But yeah, airport heartbreaks. I remember those days very well. Yep. And I still have them sometimes when I go to Germany by myself. I'm chopping up this chicken, by the way. I think I'm gonna put this up here. Y'all can see a little bit. Hey, Rusty! No, you're going down now. No. No, yeah, he's trying to jump back up. Why do folks always ask how old I am? I have evolved from a typewriter to a smartphone. Marco, I don't know. If people ask me a question, like anything like that, I usually just ignore it because it's none of people's business, you know, it's just personal information. So some personal information just, I wouldn't really display unless you want to, but yeah, it's just like such a normal question nowadays to ask people, how old are you? What is your job? Just people try to categorize people into categories, obviously, but I myself stopped asking any of those questions. So when I meet people, I never ask them, what is your job? How old are you? Anything that is very like a shallow question and not really about themselves. And you learn that there's so many more questions you can ask a person than really just those like super basic questions that everyone asks them. And because I don't think it's good for people to only identify with like an age group or a job, like a profession or their education. So I'm trying to not ask a person those questions first when I meet them. But yeah, a lot of people do ask those questions. This is a group friendship. I agree, like a big friend group all hanging out virtually. Watch out for a black cat coming from the left side. He came from the right side, so I guess I'm lucky now. Because they need to find something to insult you, and when they can't insult your intelligence, they talk about one thing you can't control: aging. Oh, that's a good point, funny. Yeah. And a weird thing to feel superior about something like age or anything that you have no control over, right? Just because we all age in the same speed, so eventually they will be your age, Marco. So yeah, wow, what a great way to insult someone. It's just silly. Yeah, it's like trolls that when you give them the stage, you know, that they're looking for, because that's what trolls do. They just want to have a stage, they just want to feel heard and get attention. And if you actually give them attention, there's really nothing coming, because there's nothing behind that facade, that troll facade, unfortunately. That's why they're trolls in the first place. Oh, Rusty. No, no. No, no, no more. I never realized you had been through it a few times, but you're happy now on me. I'll get there. Yes, Alex, for sure. If anything, it really makes you stronger, I guess. I know that's such a cliche answer or saying, like the whole Kelly Clarkson song, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, blah blah blah. I hate that song, by the way, but because I don't think it's true, although I guess. But yeah, you'll get there for sure, Alex. And like I said, there's positive things to most things in life. You can always gain something positive out of most situations, and long distance relationships are really romantic in their own way. So sometimes I even miss them, you know, when you're like living together for like all the time basically, and you think about long distance, or you look at old pictures, you know, from like FaceTime calls, and think about the feelings you had then, you know, like the whole missing nostalgia and all that. It has its own good ways. So I feel like you should try. I know it's easier said than done, right? But in every life situation you're in, because that situation will probably never come back, you know, one day it's going to be over and then it will never come back. So might as well just try to enjoy all the positive things or positive feelings that come with that situation, or even the negative ones. Just enjoy feeling those feelings and emotions in the moment, because that moment will never come back, right? So I feel like that's how I would try to approach it. Just knowing that it will not always be this way, and times will change again. So enjoy it while it's there, if you can. Hi, Wasim, welcome back. I can't control aging by deep freezing myself. You could, but I think that would be probably very pricey, and I don't know if a normal person can do that. Question number 4. Fanny is asking question number 4, and guys, feel free to answer any of those questions. It's always nice to learn about each other. When is that one time in life that you wish you never have to go back to? Probably middle school. Yeah, not probably, middle school. Just getting bullied in school, not hating going to school, my mom battling cancer and then passing away from it was definitely probably the worst time I faced in my life, I think. There has been other really bad times that would not quite compare to it, but if I had to pick one, I would be middle school. So like teenage years, I guess. But like I said, there's positive things about everything. So there's some things probably that were nice back then too, you know. So, and that makes you the person that you are today. So everything kind of has its reason, right? So, but yeah, I wouldn't want to relive it, basically. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm doing good, Wasim. How about yourself? Oscar's itching away over there. Do you have a specific time, Fanny, that you would never go back to? I would love to hear that. Never want to go back to the worst hangover I ever had, Fanny. 5 days. I had some of those before. Yeah, I remember university times. Definitely get some mean hangovers during that time, right? What? My bowl. Here it is. I need Oscar's bowl. And I need a container. Sorry y'all for being so slow with reading. Ami, why is it difficult to find German girls on the internet? That's a good question. I can't answer that for you. I mean, I could answer it thinking about myself. I'm not very much on the internet right now, so maybe they're just like me. They're just like over the whole internet game, trying to have some real life experiences, because I feel like social media is at that point, or the internet is at that point where people just get tired of it. You know how something is exciting at first and you just dive deeper into it and you're like all about it. But then there's this one point where you're like, you know what? I really had enough. And that is with many people in relationships where they think like that. Foods they really love, and then one day they're like, oh, I can't see this anymore. Or like me right now, like gaining 20 pounds, enjoying all the yummy foods, but now I'm like, you know what, I'm over this. I need to get back to my roots. So I feel like this is happening with the internet too, like people just like getting like fatigued from whole social media BS, you know, and just craving the real world, real life experiences again, which I think is a good thing, because we definitely need more of that. Also, I chopped up the chicken. Sorry, y'all. I chopped up the chicken. This is our broth from the sweet potato and the chicken that we got. You can see the oil on top or the fat. So this is too good to toss. I will add some oats to that, and I will cook oats in this broth and add this to Oscar's food. I got some glyphosate-free organic oats, just the best for my little nugget. Oscar's getting better than I am. But yeah, Guto, I wish I had a better answer for you and I could help you out there. My afternoon is good, especially since I had Taco Bell for dinner. Nice, of course. Taco Bell days are always good days, aren't they? I'm jealous, Andrea. I have been banned upstairs in here in the guest room. It's 30 degrees. That is hot. What did you get from Taco Bell, Andrea? What's usually your go-to? I tried a few things in Taco Bell, or at Taco Bell already, but I don't go there very often. Because German girls must be smart. Good today, maybe not internet, but in the real world. Hey, funny, we're the same answer. I haven't even read your answer before I gave my answer. See, that's why we're all friends here. Similar mindsets. Played AC/DC too loud. Many people say that Taco Bell food makes them gassy. Yeah, many people, especially Guto, would say that. Especially when it has beans in it, right? Thank you, Alex, for answering the questions. Today I answered that I'm 80 years old. Honestly, Marco, just go with that. If people ask me, I usually say I'm between 18 and 66 years old. You can pick one, whatever you like. Honestly, I don't want to say it. YouTube doesn't like when people use those words. So I'm obeying to the YouTube rules. I can't even talk anymore. The longer the day, the harder it is to speak English for me. Sometimes when my husband gets home, I'm just watching something, editing something on my computer, because my English brain is just done for the day. I'm like, I can say goodnight and then I'm good. So, hi Kamal, welcome back. I'm doing good. I'm cooking chicken, sweet potato, and oats for the Oscar. To the tornado shelter. Okay, enjoy, Marco. Have a good time in a tornado shelter. Your tornado shelter is probably bigger than my whole apartment. So enjoy it there. Why don't you open the fridge and just sit in front of it? Honestly, Fanny, that is not even unrealistic for me. In Germany, when we don't have ACs in Germany in houses. So in my student apartment, I would sometimes just open the fridge and I had like the top shelf cleared out. So I would just like do this on the top shelf and just like take a little 2-minute nap in my fridge when it got too hot, just to cool my brain off, especially when I had to write like a paper or something. That is a real thing. So I know for you Americans, probably not, but in Germany, it definitely happens more often than you would think. How are you doing, Shuriken? Fellas? Doing Q&A with Ami. Question 5. Which experience of another person influenced the outlook on your life? This is definitely my dad, I would say. Him dealing with his illness, and being bound to the wheelchair, and he was just the most active person I know. He was just going for hikes, runs, bicycle tours. He would take the bicycle to work every day for like an hour back and forth. He was just such an engaged person. He was like in an environmentalist party, just doing some really important stuff. He was playing in 3 different bands. And then the Parkinson's came after he lost his wife, or our mom. He got sick with Parkinson's, lost his ability to cook as a chef, so he had to early retire because he couldn't use his hands very well anymore. Then he had to stop playing in bands because he couldn't play the guitar and the instruments anymore. Then he couldn't really walk anymore, so he had to stop doing sports and all those things, you know. So my experience or learning experience from that is definitely use it while you have it, enjoy life while you can. Things can go downhill real fast, and you can lose everything in life that brings you joy, but then again, I also learned that, you know, sometimes now that he can't speak anymore, like I'm seeing how a person loses basically all their abilities step by step, slowly, which is really hard to bear sometimes, but it is an important learning experience for me. I wish I didn't have it, obviously. I wish it wasn't the case, but yeah, just do it while you can. Basically, that's my message. Use it while you have it, and enjoy life while you can, because it's not gonna be like that forever. The majority of German girls are studying mathematics, engineering, etc. Well, they're definitely very career driven. I would say most of them, not all, of course, but we definitely focus a lot on our career, especially in our 20s. So yeah, Gutu, I wouldn't be surprised. So yep, I'm sorry that you don't have the opportunity to meet your German girl, but maybe one day. I ate beans today again. Of course you did. I didn't expect anything else. Hi, Janildo. Hi to Brazil. Hola. I speak a little English. Nice. Thank you for asking all those deep questions, Fanny, by the way. Appreciate it. I wish I could have heard you guys' answers, because you definitely learn a lot about people with those questions. But yeah, like I said, those are all my daytime after work Rika answers. Like I said earlier, if we had a bottle of wine at the bonfire or at 2 a.m., I would probably give you a little bit deeper answers, but those are the deepest answers I can give right now in my current tiredness level. I'm hanging in there. I hope everyone is having a good one, but I need to skedaddle for a few. Okay, bye, Shuriken. Enjoy your rest of the evening, and always good to hang out. I had a taco bag around Grande. Is that how you say it? Or Grand? Taco Bell Grande, that's how I'm gonna call it. Like in Starbucks. A hard shell taco and a soda. Nice. I like the blue thing that they have. I only had it twice in my life because I know it's probably not very good for you. But it tastes really good. I'll be back in a second. Oscar, are you nibbling? Are you nibbling? Your food is ready, Shepsy. You ready to eat something? You can hang out with your brother. Sit down there. While I'm making your food, I'm gonna get Oscar's portion ready. Here's a spoon and a little spoon. But yeah, again, Fanny, I really appreciate it. It is nice of you to ask so many questions. I shared it with you too. My dad is diagnosed with Parkinson's. He had dystonia before and now this too. I'm so sorry, Fanny. Yeah, there's nothing you can say about it that makes it any better. So yeah, I'm not trying. It sucks. Sorry about that. Yeah, that disease. I don't want to say highly underrated because it's probably not highly underrated, but I feel like it's not very talked of. Like people don't, I don't know, it doesn't. Oh, Oscar! Did you just fall off the chair? Oscar just fell off the chair. Oscar! What happened? Oh, little fella. I just heard a sound and he was sitting on the ground. I guess he itched himself on the ground. But yeah. Oh man, Funny, I mean, there's a lot of medications out there and rehab stuff that people can do, but those things are pricey. So yeah, we can't afford those either, or I don't know if you can. I don't say either. I'm just saying I know how expensive they are. It's like rich folk stuff. So yeah, we are not able to do any of these. We're just going with the best thing that we can and resources that we can to offer him a graceful life as much as possible, but there's not much you can do about it, right? If you're not a millionaire. If you'd be given an opportunity to not hurt someone, who would that be? And what would you not do that you have actually done? Wow, that is a hard question. That's probably the toughest one of the day, or the one I have to think most of. The other ones, I had a answer coming to my mind pretty soon, or pretty quick. I think there's probably been many occasions, like things that I said that, you know, I didn't really mean in that moment, or I didn't think about enough that I would like to take back. My dog's going crazy. But it's nibbling. Yeah, I think, I'm sure if I dive deeper, if I think about that a little bit longer, I'll come up with a more concrete answer. But yeah, I think this is the best answer I can give you right now. There's certainly some situations that are in my mind. I would say the thought that's most prominent in my head right now is probably being nicer to my little sister when I was in the middle school age, just because like I said, I was bullied in school. So when I got a little older, sometimes I was just not in a good mood after school, so I'd probably take it out on my little sister by not being mean to her necessarily, but you know, it just didn't create a good vibe between us sometimes. So I would say probably my little sister. No, he has come to terms with that, so have I. Okay. I mean, yeah, that's all you can do in a situation, right? But yeah, it doesn't make it suck any less. He's 79 at this time. He just wants to go to the way he wants to go, carefree. He's a chill guy. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that, Funny. My dad is 10 years younger than yours, and he got it like 5 years ago. So he got his very early because when my mom passed, he drank a little bit too much alcohol. So I think that probably accelerated it, right? Because it's usually like a trigger for something like that. And sorry, Guto, if those questions are too deep for a Wednesday evening. I enjoy conversations like that, but sorry guys if this is too sad boy hours right now, sad boy level. Oscar's food is ready. It's like a little bit porridgey, risotto kind of style, I guess. Oh, we got another question coming in. Okay, let's hear. After that question, I'm gonna feed Oscar. One thing that you will do if you get some fortune, not buying and spending for yourself, family. One thing that you will do if you get some fortune. One thing. Oh, not for my family. I was about to say I'm gonna get one of those vans that you can put a wheelchair in the back and take my dad to the beach. And if it's not for family and yeah, friends, I would probably open like a big animal rescue, like an animal sanctuary. If I ever have money, that is definitely something I would like to do. Just a place where rescue animals can go before they get put to sleep, you know, because some shelters do that when they're too full. So I would love to have a rescue place or sanctuary for animals. Something like that. Or start like a stray cat organization in the town where I'm at or the city where I'm at. Nashville is not really a town, so more a city. But yeah, stuff like that, but definitely with animals. I would also, yeah, I think a lot of my thoughts would go towards my family, just helping them out, you know. But if it's not for my family, it would probably be for animals. And I know you're trying to steal some food. But I would also like to help humans, but it's harder to do, to establish something for humans. It's definitely not as easy as opening a sanctuary. Is Oscar okay? Pardon my misspelling. No, it's all good. Oscar is just, I spell him with a K, but it's totally fine if you spell him with a C. You know, it's the British or the English spelling. So don't worry about it. Rusty. The vet is also always confused when I spell him with a K, or anyone that reads his name, they're like, oh, it's spelled with a K. I didn't expect that. Changing the mood on question 8. What's the one thing about your husband that's still making you gush like a girly? That's cute. Brightening up the mood, huh? The one thing about your husband that's still making you gush like a girly. When he's like really calm during the storm, when I'm like a little crazy, not crazy, and then like, oh, girls are crazy and guys are so calm, right? That's not what I'm saying. But Rusty, can you please stop? You're like really obnoxious right now. Yeah, when he is like the calm in the storm, I think. That's definitely one of the traits I admire the most about him. And or when he is super kind to a person, and I witnessed that. I think that is one for me. And the storm is you. It happens eventually, sometimes, I guess. I think it's normal for everyone, but I feel like in a relationship there's usually the storm, and then there's the storm chaser. The storm chaser. The storm and the storm shelter, you know? But not always. I think it still goes back and forth. I don't think one person is always the storm, one person is always the storm shelter. I don't think that's how it is, because I don't want to play into that like, oh, girls are crazy image that some people have, because I feel like it goes back and forth. But sometimes I can be the storm, for sure. What about you, Funny? Now you gotta answer me that, since you haven't answered most of the questions. What is the one for that you would answer about your girlfriend? I'm back for a bit and Rusty's breaking the law. He is breaking the law, as usual. Did you expect anything else? I didn't. Oscar, come, dinner time. Ask. Oh, wrong direction, Oscar. Come on. Come on, little man. Yeah, almost there. You got it. Now you gotta go a little bit to the right. Yeah, almost there. Oscar. Fine. Fine, Schatzi. Fine, Schatzi. Come. Yeah. Exactly there. Yeah, that's your food, Oscar. You found it. A little treasure hunter. Ooh. Not good? Not good? Oh, you want to show everyone on stream that I'm not a good chef. I know. He loves doing that. He's like, ew, gross, no thanks. I'm not going to eat that. It's so sweet of you, Oscar, after mommy standing in the kitchen for an hour. That's the reaction you want to have. He's like, bellissimo. He's eating. Good job. I love his initial reaction though, it always cracks me up. It's super insulting, but it's still funny. Hi Mallow, or hi Raider, welcome. Question number 9, if you had a daughter and she's 12, what's the advice for her? Ooh, wow, funny. You're giving me the questions today, huh? I'm gonna tell her one advice. Wow. Only one. I would say the world's your oyster. Everything's possible in this life. Yeah, I think that's like my main message. It's like, oh, you're worth $1 million, don't date any guy that's not worth it. But that's probably not the most important message, but because you'll figure that out sooner or later anyways, like we all do. We all have to do trial and error. No one listens to love advice anyways. So I would say that the world is your oyster. And yeah, appreciate it and treasure it and handle it with care, but enjoy it at the same time. Yeah, shots? I'll answer all these questions for you whenever we meet in my stream. Oh, that's a good idea. But for me, it's a little bit easier than texting that, right? My ex-girlfriend made me a patient man. She, ex-girlfriend, who's my wife now, has brought down the heat in me. That is great. I love that. Yeah. I'm not a patient person at all. My husband is a very patient person, so I'm very grateful for that. So That's also a trait I very much appreciate. Look what we have here. But thanks for answering that, Funny. Are you acting all cute to get some chicken? Oh, you're such a poor man. You're only 23 pounds, Rusty, right now. You need some more food, I know. You should eat some more, Rusty. Yeah. When your cat is as tall as you, if he stretches, he will be longer than half of my body. His tail is so long too. You're a big man, Rusty. I know. Good boy, Oscar, for eating your food. You can have one piece of chicken. Also, I don't know how I saw it. I think my husband was rewatching a live stream. He told me to go back to the live stream and scroll to a certain time. And I saw, I'm gonna make that into a shorts. I was cooking here, right? I had my chicken and everything. I had like pieces of turkey or chicken up here. I was turning around, looking at Oscar because he was scratching or something. When I turned around, Rusty jumped up here, got a piece of chicken that was like this size, grabbed it, ran away with it. As soon as I turned around, he was gone with it, and I didn't even notice that it happened. So that was like in a movie. I was like, that actually happened? That is crazy that I didn't notice that. Him running away with like half the chicken I had up here. So yeah, that was very funny. So I'm gonna make that into a shorts eventually to show you all, because that was too good to be true. And Funny, you call your wife ex-girlfriend. It's easy to give advice to anyone who is 16 to 18. 12 is more difficult. 12, I would agree. I would say 16 to 18 is also a very difficult age to give advice to. I would say 12 to 14 is probably the hardest though, so I agree with that. But I think 16, 18 is also not as easy, especially with girls, from my own experience. Hard work pays off. I agree, Mello. I agree. Oscar loves your food. Yeah, on the second try he does. But he always acts like he hates it. He's like, no. He's just a funny guy. I was a super temperate, angry person, but now I've toned down pretty well, I think. Wow, funny. I didn't expect that. Not saying anything wrong with that, because we all come from somewhere and we all change. And, you know, we're not born perfect. Although technically we're not born perfect, I guess. No, it depends on what your look is on that. But, yeah, I can be hot-tempered too, but I did not expect you, from just knowing you the way I know you, I wouldn't expect you to be super tempered or angry. But it's interesting how we see people and how people are, like, their internal struggles that you don't see, right? Because everyone has their own sides to them that most people that just know them will never find out, but only the partner of them will find out, or the like close family. The panther again, yeah, the panther is definitely panthering. Look at him. He's just so large. I love when he's next to my little cat, because it makes him look extra big. Bye, Shuriken. Enjoy your evening. See you next time. We'll wait for you. For sure. We'll see Shuriken next time, hopefully. Man, my throat is getting so scratchy again. It's always in the evenings from the pollen. I don't know what it is about the evenings. Rusty is Felix Katos. Rusty is definitely not a cat anymore. Yeah, for me, Rusty is something his own thing. He cuddled with me when I took a nap, so he climbed under my blanket, and he's just like this warm blob, like this warm big thing of fur. It's like a pillow. It's just so cozy to take a nap with Rusty. So that is one of the really great things about him. That was a funny way of referring to her. Whenever we fight, I tell her I loved my ex more than my wife. That is funny. That's cool that you call her, or that's funny that you call her ex. I was like, when I read it, I was like, oh, did you guys, break up or anything? So it's funny that you call the ex, the wife, the ex. Both are the same person, though. I got you. Merci, Fish Legend. Tu es aussi, even though I don't know you. But everyone is beautiful, right? So pets can be so picky. They can be very picky, yes, especially when it's public. They're like trying to, I don't know. Where's my fork that I just used? Yes, I'm using a new one. I'm just gonna put this stuff in the container now and have that ready for this week. I might have to boil another sweet potato, honestly. I don't know if this is enough. I should have boiled 2. There's so much French at the moment in my chat. And I don't hate it, because I said that yesterday that I need to, or 2 days ago, that I need to practice my French, because it's basically non-existent right now. But I used to be able to have a normal conversation in French during my school years. Because in Germany we learn French in school, not as much as English, so we only have that a couple years. But yeah, I used to be really okay and pretty decent, but not anymore. On question number 10, what will you change about you if you could in a split second? Change about me. Are you talking about physically or mentally, or like personality wise? Because that is a big difference, right? Give me one option, because both is too hard. I don't think, yeah, I don't know. I think physicality wise, I probably wouldn't, if I had that wish, I wouldn't use it up on anything physical, because I could always change the physical by just exercising or stuff like that. Anything your priority. Okay, so I just gave you my priority, so I would not be physical. It would be something more internal, so anything. Wow, that is a hard one. I'm tempted to say my patience. It's either my patience. Hi, Yasin. Because my patience is really bad, but it's not that bad. It really depends. So I probably shouldn't waste it on my patience. It might be my focus and efficiency, because it has been bothering me since I can think. Like, I get easily distracted with things, and it's hard for me to focus on that one thing I need to do. So basically ADHD brain, even though I've never been diagnosed, but kind of self-diagnosed, I guess. So I guess it's my scattered brain, and yeah, I wish I was more focused and less easily distracted and more like efficient with things. That's the first thing that comes to my mind after my patience. You have to hate it. Hard to change in a split second. Yes, I definitely hate that. It's definitely something that's bothering me, and also just like making me less efficient, and just like with my just things in life that I have to get done. So yeah, procrastination, scatterbrainish thing. That's the thing I would like to get rid of, and I think many people will probably relate to that. Yeah, I wish I was more like, I'll do it immediately when I know I need to do it kind of personality, you know. So I definitely admire people like that. I think that would be what I would like to change. What's yours funny? I'm gonna ask you some of those questions that you asked me today in your live stream next time. But this one is probably easier to answer in short. So I would love to hear your answer. Question number 11. Your relationship with God, elusive, divisive. Did I pronounce it right? Divisive, evasive, or passive? I would say, that is a good question. Rusty, you're gonna burn your paws if you're gonna be up here because the stove is still hot, okay? Just looking out for you. It is probably sometimes more passive than I would like it to be. So I would probably have to answer passive right now. But I wish it was different. That's my answer. I put you on a spot there by giving 3 bad options and 1 decent option. Yeah, I still have to, I'll still go with passive. Yeah, that's my answer at the moment, just because of life and being busy and focusing on YouTube a lot and having the job and animals and the Oscar surgery and all that. So it turned a little bit passive lately. So yeah. Why just me? Let's have everyone answer here if you ask the question. Yeah, I think number 10 is a good answer, or a good question to ask people. What people would change about themselves in a split second if they could only change one thing, anything possible. I think that's a very interesting question that says a lot about a person. What would I change in a split second? So you have a fear of other people being judgmental. So basically not trying to be more like, you don't give a S, you know. So you want to have more that mentality where you're like, who cares? I'm just going to be myself. Whatever they think, they think. Yeah, that's a good one. I probably struggled with that in the past, I would say. Especially during school years, like not university, but school years. More, I was probably thinking that a lot too, that people are judgmental. But luckily, I'm not struggling with that as much anymore. Especially after what I said earlier, my dad getting sick and all that, my outlook on life changed a little bit. You know, just the things that are actually important, and like who gives a, you know. So yeah, I don't give a F. Yeah. You don't give an F, yeah. AF. I definitely would like that more too. I definitely am not fully there yet. Honestly, funny, I know you already do the live streams, but doing live streams definitely helped me a little bit with the more mentality, like I don't give an F with many things. Just because you will get confronted with judgment, people's opinions that you don't want to necessarily hear, or that are very unasked opinions or advice or judgments. So live streaming helped me a lot with giving less of an F about many things, accepting myself more, because in videos you can always cut out scenes or things you said or the way you look like, but in live streams it is all very raw and very much putting it out there, right? So I think the more you live stream, the more it will help you with that. So I think that's kind of like a therapy for it a little bit. I haven't had a lot of people coming to my stream a lot. In real life, I'm learning though. But yeah, stream in real life is also still different. So I think even if you stream a lot, like I do, I still do struggle with it in real life, right? It's like not curing my whole real life scaredness, fear of being judged. But yeah, luckily I'm not struggling with it as much anymore as I did. But yeah, it takes a while, funny, for people to really be in your stream, so don't be disencouraged. It's not easy. Live streams. I started off my live streams with having like 1 or 2 viewers for the longest time, for like months. So, and then it was like 3 or 5, and now, I mean, it's still not a crazy amount of people watching, right? But it's definitely much more than what I started with. And sometimes it's not easy, but it teaches you a lot about yourself and accepting yourself and not caring about how people think about you. You ask us, we have some people here. Let's see what I can answer you. What was your last question? Let me see. Our relationship with God. So I have a lot of people that are silent viewers, which is totally fine. I am a silent viewer usually myself, so I have a few channels I've been following for years that I always support and like just like watch and like and stuff, comment occasionally. But if I ever watch live streams, I'm usually a silent viewer too, and as long as I don't know the people. Like if it's like someone I know, like a friend, like if I watch your live stream, for example, funny, I'll obviously interact. But if it's like a person I don't know on a personal level and I just watch, but yeah. Clement, did I say that right? Clement, how is it to live in the US coming from Germany? Very different. It is extremely different, even though it is both two Western cultures, very Christian cultures, I guess. Like you would think it's very similar, especially with a lot of nice Italian. I love Italy. Beautiful, beautiful country and really awesome people. I keep talking about Italy to my husband all the time. He's like, yeah, I know, we need to go to Italy because I've been so nostalgic about it, because I had the best memories, vacation memories, or just some of my best memories in general are I made in Italy. So I want to go back eventually just for vacation. But going back to your question, it is very, very different. Everything here in America, I'm talking about the South and the Midwest. I'm not talking about places like the West Coast where people are very much on the beach and outdoorsy, or in Colorado where they go into the mountains. Talking about like very like more rural places here in the South or the Midwest. Everything is made for cars, so you will need a car to get around usually. Public transportation is not really a great thing here, a big thing, so you will heavily rely on your car here. So the urge that we Europeans have, or what we Europeans are used to usually, is walking and or bicycling or using public transport, just basically being on our feet all day, right? Walking from A to B. being very active, I would say. Not everyone, obviously, but on average. That definitely changes when you are in America. So I said at the beginning of my stream, I gained 20 pounds here living in America, and I can't blame America on it. Obviously, there's ways to, stay fit and healthy everywhere. But the country definitely makes it less easy for you to be active you get more comfortable easily. You get more used to taking your car everywhere, not walking places anymore, because walking around sometimes is considered weird, right? So sometimes when I take my bicycle, or if I'm walking to the gym, for example, people will literally stop at the side of the road, like usually ladies, like older ladies, and they will be like, "Oh, honey," or "Sugar, you need a ride somewhere? Are you okay? Do you need help?" And I'm like, "I'm just walking. I'm just trying to go to the gym," So I will be the only person out walking there, except for some like people that are on some weird substance. You see those walking around a lot, but it is not considered very normal, not here in the South or Midwest. So, not trying to generalize, there might be places like in New York or like bigger cities where it's still more normal. Yeah, so it is very different. So you get more lazy, I would say, less mobile. And everything is just bigger here and very different. It's hard to explain it, and seeing all the trucks and everything and the big streets is just a different feeling. Like it's cool and it's in its own way. I don't hate it at all. America has its own charm, and just the vastness of the country and how wild it is and how much nature there is. It is actually a really beautiful country, and just so big, like such a variety of nature and landscapes and all that. Which state of Germany did you move from? I moved from Baden-Württemberg in the south, so I came from the Black Forest. I come from the Black Forest, right to the border to Switzerland and France. So I'm right from the triangle where all the three countries meet. Rika, if you could be any mythological creature, what would you be? Mythological creature. I just watched The Hobbit yesterday, by the way. You just reminded me of that. And my husband and I talked about it. What a coincidence. Because he said I would be a hobbit. I would be like because I like to do gardening and stuff, and being comfortable and safe. And then I was like, no, I wouldn't be a hobbit. Like, I literally moved to China for my studies. Then I traveled by myself to so many countries, and now I live in America. So why would I be a hobbit? Like, hobbits don't like to leave their places or settlement. So I don't know, what would I be? Probably something that could talk to nature, like a druid or something like that. I think I would like that. Or that has some control over the elements. How about yourself, Andrea? What would your answer be? Yeah, I think I would like something like a druid or like an elf that has like a connection to nature, like a wood elf or something. I know it gets like super nerdy, sorry. I live in the US too, from 2018. Oh wow, okay, where do you live in the US, if I may ask, Clement? And do you like it? Do you relate to what I said, that America tends to make you a little bit, or it's easier to be lazy here in America than it is in Europe? Because Italy is also a lot of walking and people being outside. I left the stream open and was in a phone call this entire time. Oh, thanks, Sean, for leaving the stream open. Funny asked a lot of questions, very deep questions. So I think it's too much to sum that all up, but now we're talking about life in America as a European, and her soul, Sean. Yes, there was a lot of deep questions. Fanny is really good in asking deep questions. So, Sean, if you want to answer one of Fanny's questions, the one I really think is easiest to answer, typing it, because sometimes it is hard to type long answers or annoying. So he asked if there's one thing you could change about yourself, anything that comes to mind in a split second, what would it be for you? So if anyone wants to answer that. Lots of Italian in Baden-Württemberg. Oh, really? Yeah, you're right, now that you say it, I know a lot of Italians too. My sister's best friend is Italian, and we lived close to each other. And she came over a lot, and we met her family, and great people. So she's like a little sister to me. And such a beautiful language. I always say it when people ask me here how many languages I speak. And which ones I would like to add to my language catalog. I would always say I would love to learn Italian one day. And yeah, that's definitely a goal of mine, to add that to my list of languages. I think you would be an elf. Aww, thank you, Andrea. I would like an elf. I think they're just so gentle and in tune with nature. I think I would really like that. I think if you were a mythological creature, you'd be Rapunzel talking to squirrels. Oh, I like that. I would like to just talk to squirrels, now that you know about my squirrel opossum back then. But I'm talking about the red squirrels, not the gray squirrels that you have here. Not to do squirrel shaming or anything, or speciesism, but the red squirrels with the pointy little ears and the furry tippy top ears. They have like little like brushes on their ears. It's so cute. I would be a fae, like Akota. Wait, Akota was Akota. Am I missing out on something? My husband will probably know it. Fairy, I would be a fairy. Aw. A fairy is cute. That's a good one. And I think you can grant wishes as a fairy, right? Or you can help people. That is a very nice one. And you can fly. I didn't think about that. Yeah, that would be great. I think fairy is a very good pick. I would want to change how peaceful I am. Sometimes I want to be more aggressive when someone is mean to me. I'm too nice even when people are not nice to me. Wow. Sean, I think that is a superpower in itself. That you are nice when people are not nice to you. I think that is actually something a lot of people strive to be like, and most people will never reach in their life, and monks will practice to do that, and people will like meditate to do that, and you are actually already like that. So I'm not telling you to not change, but I think that is a great quality actually, that you can stay calm in a situation like that and stay peaceful. That is pretty cool. I wish more people were like you, Sean. So I don't think you need to change at all, if it was me talking for you, because I would actually like to be more peaceful when people are not. I'm practicing that through YouTube because, like I said, there's a lot of trolls, a lot of negative comments, negative people for some reason. The internet is a place for negativity. So I'm trying to not pass that back to them, or not playing badminton with trolls or negative people, because if it goes back and forth, it will just never stop. It's like a chain reaction, right? Like a domino effect. So if the anger and the negativity stops with you, it's like, imagine you just like suck up the anger and the negativity, and it's not getting out of you. Like, hopefully it doesn't stay with you, because that is another thing, because I feel like energy is always moving, right? So if the anger coming towards you stops with you, you need to make sure. You don't listen to me. I'm not an expert at all. That's just my thought right now. I'm sharing with you. If it stops with you, I feel like it's easy to hold on to that and store that in yourself. So maybe it is good to have some sort of outlet, whatever that looks like for you, where you can release that energy that you received, because I feel like energy always goes somewhere, right? It doesn't really just evaporate. So sometimes, because I'm a calm person, I would say, I can bottle up a lot of things, or I don't react to many things that come my way. So because I feel like it's not good for you if you react to everything, and it's not helping anyone, and especially not yourself. But it is dangerous to bottle all that negative energy up and store it in yourself. I think I'll be Hanuman, the monkey Hindu god, who chose to discipline his mind and gain inner strength, fighter of the evil. That is a pretty cool one, funny. I would like to switch to that one too. That's a good answer. Sounds like a cool guy. And could be a poet, a panda too. Pretty much the same stuff. Right? Honestly, sometimes being a panda, or I would probably be Oscar if I could. Just vibing, being a spoiled old man, sleeping all day. Sounds like a pretty cool life. I get shown I have the same issue. Too gentle for my own good sometimes. I think, like I said, being gentle is one of the biggest superpowers, and it is very much needed in life, especially nowadays. I feel like it would be great if more people were like you, because it is hard to stay gentle in such a rough world, right, where everyone's just like coming at you for no reason, or sometimes for a reason. But being gentle and calm is a really amazing trait. So please don't see it as something negative, and it's actually really good. But of course, if it's not for your own good, if you feel like you're suffering because of it, if you are not speaking out for yourself, or if you're not standing up for yourself, that is a different story. So it would probably be good to find a good balance, right, to still speak your opinion. Luckily, I've never had the issue. I was always, even though I was shy and introvert, or still am, I always have been a sassy backer, as I call it. So I have no issue talking to bosses or people that treat me unfairly, in my opinion, to talk about that kind of stuff. So I will tell them. And my teachers always said I'm very sassy. My parents said it too, that I'm sassy. I don't think I'm sassy. I think I'm sassy actually. So it's not good to be sassy. It's good to be speaking out or standing up for yourself. So sassy can be a little bit negative, because if you're too sassy, it will just have a negative impact on the way you talk to people. So that's probably something I should change about myself too, just toning down the sassiness a little bit when there's something I need to talk about with people. But yeah, like I said, if you're calm and gentle and you're always like the calm in the storm, it's important for you to find like an outlet to let that negativity out, and speak up for yourself in a calm way if you can. I live in the south part of the New York State, and yes, I agree, America makes you more lazy, and yes, I have gained a lot of pounds since living in the US. Okay, so we are both in the same boat, huh? Yeah, it is a very different lifestyle from Europe. I feel you, Clement. I'm there too. It's hard to find ways to really get back into routine, like more like a European lifestyle. I was thinking about making a YouTube video about that. I have a whole list of YouTube videos, but filming them is a whole nother story. It's just so hard to plan it all. But I hope I'll get to it one day. But I was planning on making a YouTube video about life in America and making one where I try to live like I live, like living in Germany, like I'm acting like I'm in Germany, but I'm in America. So just trying to implement my old German life here in America, basically walking everywhere, cooking the things I'm used to, doing all the things I did before. So I'm trying to make a video about that. Living like I'm in Germany, but in America. We'll see how that works out, but I think that would be interesting. There's an effective... You won't be called nice anymore. Funny, there's the anger talking out of you again. Lots of frustrated people spreading negativity on the internet, unfortunately. Yes, for sure, especially since it's so easy here, right? You don't have to show your face, you can hide behind a name, and it's so easy for people to attack other people here, and I don't know what it does for them. Probably some feeling of superiority in the moment, but yeah, I feel like most trolls just make a fool out of themselves without them even knowing or being aware of it. Internet has given access to people to express what they want. Not everyone needs access. Yeah, it is a very easy way for people to express or voice their opinions, and like I said, it's usually very unwanted opinions or unasked opinions, but you will still get them for some reason. But that's just the internet. So I'm glad that you guys are here, and we're all on the same page of spreading positivity and just being kind and understanding. So honestly, this community, it just gives me so much hope in humanity, because there's so many nice people here that are all like so kind and understanding and respectful, you know. So I think we're not lost, you know, as a human species. I think we can still we'll still be okay. Bye, Kamon. It was good to meet you. See you next time. Have a great evening, and thank you for sharing your story. Appreciate it. Where did I stop reading? Here. I am actually learning to stand up for myself, though I still keep my kind, caring, gentle nature. And that is great, Andrea. That's perfect. I think. Just who cares about my opinion? But I think it's perfect. That is how I wish I was. I am considering myself to be more of a gentle nature as well, but I have my temper, so it runs through a German's blood. Having high blood pressure and having a little bit of a temper is a very German thing, I think. Not trying to justify it, but we are a little bit more on the short-tempered side. That's probably why people think we're so aggressive. That's why it manifested in people's heads that Germans are aggressive. We don't really talk aggressive. I think it's more short-temperedness of Germans that people think that Germans are aggressive. But I wouldn't say we're more aggressive than anyone else in the world, but more short-tempered, I think, and a little bit more on the high blood pressure side. So yeah, I wish I was more like you, Andrea. So yeah, that is great that you can keep your calm and being kind and gentle in the storm. That is pretty cool. I think what you have is a needle through a banana energy. Minimum collateral damage, maximum impact. A needle through a banana energy. Minimum collateral damage, maximum impact. I like that. I never heard about that. I definitely like that. You guys are funny. As your name says, funny. You definitely earned that one. The video audio is starting to crackle, just flagging that for you. Thank you, Andrea. I'm not entirely sure if it's on my end or yours. It might be mine. My microphone has been a little bit weird sometimes. I heard that when I watched the last stream of mine just to see how the quality is and stuff. I heard a little bit of crackling. So that might be me. I'll upgrade my phone later this year, so if it gets too bad, please let me know next time. I'll use my microphone, but I have to put it in before live stream, because if I change it now, the audio will just be gone. But yeah, next time I'll try to use my microphone. Thank you, Andrea, for giving me some feedback on that. And no, it wasn't anger, it was a genuine recommendation straight from the book, The Art of Not Giving. I think I want to read that. I have that on my list. I have like a little book list. The book debates that you are hurt because you care. It says don't care, just empathize. Yeah. You're hurt because you care. That's what many books like Sadhguru also recommend. Empathize, just empathize with the person coming at you with their frustration and anger, or their insults, or whatever opinion they have. Trying to understand where they come from. And most importantly, try to not make the discussion a competition, because oftentimes, I mean, if you have a discussion, if you have a fight, it is usually just ego, right? Because egoless people wouldn't fight. Like if it's just like you're being with another being, there was no reason to fight, right? It's just like because your ego feels attacked, and your ego trying to be above someone else. That's just like the nature of humans or egos, that they try to be above everything else or everyone else. They just try to be in the right. But the goal of a fight should never be to be right, but to create peace and harmony and balance, and not to win it. But if you try to win it, you already lost, because there's no winning in fights, because if you win, that means that the other person loses, and then that will just create another imbalance, and the fight will just keep going. So if your goal is to win, and that's something I need to learn for myself, because I'm also like that. Obviously, I'm just a human, so I'm trying, if there's a fight, I try to win it too, right? But I have to remind myself. I read a lot of books from Thich Nhat Hanh, and he's like a monk. He lived through the Vietnam War, and he wrote some very great books like Living in Peace, Peace Begins With You, and all those books where he talks about the nature of people, how peace can be established, and what you would have to do, and very, very interesting. So if you like reading, you should look into that. But yeah, something I need to implement in my life. So I'm basically saying that all to myself right now. Don't be nice, be true to yourself, empathize with them, but just don't give an F. Yeah, be true to yourself. I definitely go with that one. Be nice. Don't be nice. I wouldn't say don't be nice, but maybe don't be too nice. Like still stand up for yourself, right? Like don't let people like walk all over you, because that is never good. Any question you have for us, Amy? What I do to the haters online is I send their bad karma back to them. Yeah, honestly, just don't even accept their bad energy. Like it comes, like I always see it. So have you guys watched Spirited Away, or Chihiro as we say it in German? So Spirited Away is like a Ghibli movie. And funny, I'll think about this a question in a second. There's this one scene where the dragon like opens up basically, and like there's like a wind coming and the air just blows through it. So I was trying to imagine that when something comes to me, like towards me, like anger or negativity, I'm trying to be like a cheese with holes, basically, or just like open up my body, and I don't let it like come in, but I let it pass through me, if that makes sense, like a wind, like a storm. Instead of like it blowing against you and you just like bending over, you just open up and it just like passes through you without any damage. That's how I like to imagine it. So yeah, being courteous isn't being nice. I mean, let's be courteous. Do we have to be nice? That is a good point, I guess. Yeah, I like that perspective. Yeah, so maybe I need to work on that. Maybe being too nice is not always the answer. You need to distinguish between being too nice and courteous. Yeah, I get you, Funny. That's a good point. You've seen Spirited Away and you love it? I love it too. It's one of my favorite movies. I love all Ghibli movies, some more, some less. Like, I don't hate any of them, but Spirited Away is definitely one that I think is one of the most beautiful ones. And I loved all the messages that the movies have, and all those little details that you can interpret, and those hidden messages basically in the movies. Cultural, religious, and moral messages. It is really, so if you haven't seen it, Funny, it's definitely worth a watch. Ghibli movies in general, they look like children's movies just because they're cartoons or like animated. Not animated, but yeah, they are animated, like painted, like is it cartoon, I guess? I don't know what it's called. Zeichentrick in German. Nice, that's cool. I found another Ghibli fan here. Ghibli gang. I'm actually watching, which one am I watching? There's one coming into the movie theater, I forgot. Totoro, My Neighbor Totoro. I'm gonna watch that. Anime, okay, thank you. That Totoro's coming to the movie theater, so I'm gonna rewatch them. They're all coming one by one, so 1 month is this one, the next month is Princess Mononoke, I think. So I love watching them in the movie theaters, just because I've never seen them in the movie theaters before. Only on DVD or Netflix, wherever they are available at, but in Germany I have them all on DVD, but I know DVD is dying out now. But yeah, Funny asked me to ask you guys a question. I'm gonna ask something that is not as deep. I watched yesterday K-pop Demon Hunters. Nice, I watched it too. I watched it when I think the day it came out, or the day after, because I saw it was immediately on number 1 or 2, the ranking. And I think it was really good. I liked the animation style a lot. I really pay a lot of attention to animation style, so if I don't like a style, it's harder for me to watch it, but that one was really, really awesome, I think. So my question is, I'm not gonna make it too deep because we've already been on here for a while, so I'm not trying to suck all the energy out of y'all's brains, but if there's one place you could live, or you would move to tomorrow, but you could never go back to where you come from, where would it be? So just one place, and that's the last place basically. You could never leave it again. That's what I'm trying to say. You have to stay there forever. So I think that's a very tough question. I wouldn't even know. I think, I feel like I haven't seen all the places in the world yet to answer that question, but maybe you don't have to have seen all the places in the world. So it might be risky to pick one that you think is cool but you've never been to, because maybe it's not as cool as you think it is. I would move to Ireland in a heartbeat if cost was no object. Yeah, cost was no object. Like you would be sent there and you but you could just never return. Ireland, that's a good one. I think Ireland, I heard from someone that lived in Ireland, that's here in the US, but he lived there many, many years. And he said that Ireland is actually really warm because of the stream, like the water. They get like a warm stream in the water that makes it very moderately temperate, so the temperature is very, very nice there. It's never too humid, it is never too hot. Beautiful weather, apparently. I've never been, but I would love to go. So Ireland, I think, is definitely a great place to be. I would like to say Japan, but I've never been. I romanticize it in my head, and I think it is a great place, but at the same time, it would be very risky to pick it since I've never been there. But it would be, maybe I'm just gonna go with the risky answer and say Japan or Italy. I think it might be Italy if I pick one that I've been to before. Heaven is a very good answer, Fanny, and I hope we'll all end up there eventually, and then we can have some more discussions up there together and have a good time. Wouldn't that be fun? The Gulf Stream, yes, I wasn't sure, but it must be the Gulf since it's the Atlantic. It's on the west coast, so it has to be the Gulf. Yeah, and the Gulf Stream makes the temperature very, very mild there, and farming is super nice there. So it's great farmland, and yeah, I think Ireland is a great answer. Maybe I need to reconsider Italy because it might get a little bit hot for me. But yeah, I can only pick a place that I've been to, so I would have to go with Italy for now. But yeah, heaven is probably a very good answer too, Funny. I imagine, or I wonder how it looks like up there. Okay, one last question before I go. Sleep trying to evade me. Bye, Funny. If you want to answer that one question real quick, Funny, do you think heaven would look like a country or like something? Would heaven look like a person's personal heaven and it just looks like that for every person? So basically your own created heaven, or is heaven a place that looks the same for everyone? Because I think everything would be possible. So I could imagine that heaven, maybe we're sent to the world so we can see what we like, we can see the beauty and see what we like, and we can create our own image of heaven in our head before we actually go to heaven. And then when we are in heaven, this image will come to life as like a gift, basically. That's sometimes how I imagine it, but I don't know. I've never been. I don't know if I ever will. I hope I will. Different for all, as heaven is customizable. Okay, so we have the same thought about it. Okay, good. That's cool. Yeah, I think that would be really, really amazing if it was like that. Thanks for answering, Funny, and I'm gonna let you all go, and thank you for hanging out. I love those streams where we start in daytime or daylight, and I don't even have to turn on the ceiling lights, and then it suddenly gets darker and darker, and until you can't see my face anymore. That's usually when I hop off. And yes, I could turn on my light, but I don't like ceiling lights. I don't like the whole vibe it creates. I don't like having that glaring into my eyes. I'm just like a indirect light person. So yeah, I don't like the lights in the kitchen. They're just too bright. So I'm trying to get out of my kitchen before nighttime arrives. So I don't have to stand here with the lights glaring in my face. But yeah, thank you all for hanging out. It was so much fun and good meeting y'all. And we had a few new people here. So it was great meeting you and great seeing the people that I already know, or great to get to know you all better. And I'm always excited to see you, and I hope to see you next time. And thank you for hanging out and spending time with me. It's always much more fun to be in the kitchen with y'all. So sometimes I just imagine how it would look like if you all were here in my kitchen, would all just have a conversation together. But yeah, it feels like a FaceTime call with friends, just with many receivers at the other end. Oscar's coming. I guess he's ready for our nighttime walk. Oscar, you want to say bye? Come. Come. You want to say bye? Goodbye, everyone. Thank you for hanging out. We're gonna go for our evening walk now and see some fireflies out there and say hi to the stray cats. Yeah. And the raccoon might be there, Oscar, or the possum. Yeah. Let's go outside, Oscar. And then I'm gonna watch some Netflix, I guess. So, I'm gonna watch some Terrace House. I just started Terrace House again. If anyone likes Japanese stuff, I mean, you said you like Ghibli. There's a show called Terrace House on Netflix. Very soothing, very calming. It's like high quality reality TV without being like, what's the right word for it? Trashy. It's like a nice reality TV, like a wholesome one. I think different. All right, better. Thanks for hanging out. Thank you for hanging out, Sean. I appreciate it. And bye, Andrea. See y'all next time. Good talking to everyone. Have a great rest of your evening. Yeah, that's kind of what I was going for, the word. Yes, I didn't try to make it sound mean, but yeah, some reality TV is, I can't watch anything like Too Hot to Handle or something like that. It's just too much for me. It's like a brain rot kind of stuff, but sometimes it's, sometimes you want to watch something that's where you can just like tune off and turn off your brain and just deal with or look at other people's lives and just forget about your own life for a second. So sometimes I like watching that kind of stuff, like Japanese reality TV shows, like very calm, serene, and peaceful, and nice pictures. And yeah, Terrace House is a recommendation of mine. Or what's it called? Love Offline. It's beautiful. It's Offline Love. It's called Offline Love. It's really new. It came out a couple months ago. It plays in France, so it's like Japanese people going to France and dating without their phones and basically giving their phones away. And basically returning to a life where phones weren't a thing, where people have to meet by coincidence, and very romantic, beautiful pictures. It's like going on vacation, just watching it. So Offline Love, recommendation of mine if you need something wholesome. But yeah, now I'm gonna hop off. Talk to y'all soon. Bye, everyone.